According to Google, there are between 4,000 and 10,000 different religions in the world. But how can we weed through the 9,999 false religions to find that one true one? While I don't really have a very satisfying answer to this question, I can tell you that there is one deep emotion that may tell you you're on the right track: love. In this video, I'm going to be sharing 10 things I love about being a part of the truest thing in the world, the Catholic Church. The first thing I love about being Catholic is the history. The Catholic Church is over 2,000 years old and is responsible for some of the most incredible discoveries, inventions, and initiatives in human history. Yes, while there are parts of the Catholic Church's history that I'm not particularly proud of, I do think that the Church is unjustly scapegoated for a lot of things in history, like the Inquisition, for example. More on that in a different video. The world owes a debt of gratitude to the Catholic Church for all of the artists, inventors, scholars, writers, and saints that she has supported throughout the centuries. And it's clear that the world would be a very different place without the influence of the Catholic Church. The next thing I love about being Catholic is the depth of the Church. It would take 100 lifetimes to understand fully all that the Catholic Church contains. There are layers upon layers upon layers in a single doctrine. And while the ambitious part of me is a little bit salty that there are parts of the Church's tradition that I will never fully understand, the fact that she does have this depth is reassurance for me that she is definitely established by God. There's a mystery and beauty to the depths of the ocean that a swimming pool will never have. Knowing that there is so much more than meets the eye is something I love about being Catholic. The next thing that I love is the intellectual tradition of the Catholic Church. Learning for me is like candy for kids. I can never get enough of it, and once I start, I don't want to stop. So I find myself incredibly grateful that I'm raised in a church that will never run out of things for me to learn and to read. If I had the opportunity to live a different life, I would totally become a hermit and move to a reclusive cave somewhere just so I can learn and study as much about the Catholic Church as possible. Any question that anyone has ever asked, the Catholic Church has an answer for, even if it's a mystery. And I know this may not necessarily be the case for other religions. I do feel that some of them have certain questions that you're not allowed to ask or certain roads you can't go down because they inevitably lead to the Catholic Church. I love in Catholicism that faith and reason are friends, not enemies. The next thing I love about being Catholic is the beauty. Oh my goodness, and I'm sure you converts out there can relate that this is a big reason why you are attracted to the Catholic Church. There is nothing that quite compares to hearing a beautiful piece of Gregorian chant, or entering a Gothic cathedral, or admiring the beautiful artwork and sculptures of Michelangelo. Just look at footage from the inside of St. Peter's Basilica and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The traditional vestments and clerics worn by the hierarchy, the habits of consecrated religious, chapel veils, incense, sacramentals, rites and rituals, it is all so beautiful and it attracts everybody, even if they don't know why. Aside from aesthetics, there's a natural beauty to the way the Catholic Church operates that is just so reassuring. There's a system for settling disputes, for structuring the spiritual life, for pursuing your vocation, for approaching the sacraments. I'm just so grateful every day that I get to experience the fullness of the tradition that Jesus Christ gave us. If you've made it this far in the video and you're enjoying, why not hit that subscribe button down there? As a faithful Catholic living in the middle of the Bible Belt, I hear a lot of misconception about my Catholic faith. Because of this, I have a passion for educating non-Catholics on what the Catholic Church actually teaches and equipping fellow Catholics to spread and defend the faith throughout the world. So if either of those things appeal to you, subscribe to my channel and let's keep going. The next thing that I love about being Catholic is the Eucharist. I'm sure for a majority of you converts, I'm sure this is one of the main reasons that you became Catholic in the first place, and it's definitely a good one. The Catholic Church has never wavered in her profession that the bread and wine at Mass is changed into Christ's body, blood, soul, and divinity. The Eucharist is the greatest gift that as Catholics we have, and I want the whole world to have this gift. The next thing I love about being Catholic is the honor and respect that we give to Christ's mother, the Blessed Virgin Mary. Once I get started talking about the Blessed Virgin Mary, it's very hard for me to stop. She is just so beautiful and so kind and so sweet, and obviously I don't believe this is Mary. This is the statue representation of the actual person that's in heaven right now. But I just love that the Catholic Church is not afraid to share how much we love her and to honor her and show devotion to Christ's mother like any good child would. Then we're adopted sons and daughters of our Lord, so why would we not honor the Blessed Virgin Mary as his mother and as our mother? Now, giving honor to the Blessed Virgin Mary is something that I wish Protestants were a little more open to. If you are hesitant about the Blessed Virgin Mary, I would encourage you to watch this video right up here, just to hear my thoughts about devotion to her and the Hail Mary and all of that. And I just promise you that you're never going to go wrong. Our Lady always leads us to her Son. She never brings the honor back to herself, but always directs us towards Jesus. And then be encouraged by the words of the Catholic friar and martyr, St. Maximilian Kolbe. He said, never be afraid of loving the Virgin Mary too much, because you can never love her as much as Jesus did. Another thing I love about being Catholic is the consistency in her teachings. Throughout her 2,000-year-plus history, the Catholic Church has never once changed her stance on a doctrine or dogma of faith and morals. And I don't know any other church that can say the same. Yes, while some will point out the large overhaul of the church in the 60s after Vatican II, faithful Catholics can rest assured that those essential elements, the deposit of faith, or those things that are necessary for salvation, will always be available to Catholics no matter what. If Christ promised it, you can believe it. The next thing I love is the tools that we have access to as Catholics. I'm sure converts can attest to the vast array of prayers, novenas, ways of meditating, and sacramentals, and all the things that we have access to. And while this is often a source of overwhelm for new Catholics, it is also one of kindness and immense mercy from our Lord. God created each one of us with a different set of personalities, interests, and preferences. So why would he also not create a vast array of different saints and prayers and devotions and ways of meditating that appeal to different personalities? If there's a certain set of prayers or devotions that don't really appeal to me, I can rest assured there are at least 10 others that I will find useful. It's obvious in the sheer number of different types of saints that our Lord loves variety. The next thing I love about being Catholic is the accessibility. And I'm not just talking about online resources, although there are lots of them. I'm talking about the physical, tangible access to our Lord that we have in our own cities. I mean, as Catholics, you can essentially just walk into a church at almost any hour of the day. Or perpetual adoration chapels. You can just go at 3 a.m. if you wake up and you're like, oh, wow, I really want to spend time with our Lord, like in the monstrance. Oh, I'll just drive to the church and go in. If you want, you can spend every single day with our Lord and receive him in the Eucharist. Or if you want to go to confession, you can just walk up to a priest and ask him, and he should hear your confession. Personally, I'm very blessed to live in a place that has dozens of different Catholic churches with different Mass times. Like, I could probably go to Mass maybe 3 or 4 times a day if I wanted to. Yes, that's a little overkill, but you get what I'm saying. There's so much accessibility to our Lord, to the sacraments, not to mention online resources like the Catechism at our fingertips, the Bibles. We have so many beautiful Bibles that you can buy. You can look it up. You can have it on your phone. There's different apps. The Hallow app is wonderful. There's just so many resources that Catholics have, and it's so beautiful to see that, you know, it's just all around you, physically in the real world and then online in the virtual world. The final thing that I'm going to mention in this video that I love about being Catholic is the boldness and the pride that we have. I'm just so proud to be Catholic. Like, it just feels epic. Like, the church is so cool. She's beautiful, and she's so solid. Because the Catholic Church is the original church founded by Christ, she has this weight to her that I don't think any other religion has. I think a large part of that is the fact that she's very clear and very objective. There is no sugarcoating or glossing over teachings that some people may find offensive. You can also see the supremacy of the Catholic Church in how she's attacked by her enemies. Satanists, for example, try to target Christ by doing a mockery of a Mass, so calling it a black Mass. They don't do a black worship service. When someone is possessed by a demon, you call a Catholic exorcist, not a Buddhist monk. The power and authority that exists within the church is one of the reasons why I love being Catholic. So, has anyone become Catholic after watching this video? Probably not. But if there's any emotion that makes you do crazy things, it's love. And as always, I want to know what you think. Let me know down in the comment section below, what are some things that you love about being Catholic or find attractive about the Catholic Church, even if you're not Catholic? If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to check out this video before you go. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day, guys. Bye.